After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Set, ready, 54 miles.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Jackson buying time to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 59 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A quick throw here out to Cobb. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
On the double. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. They gonna need some therapy.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. There he goes left side. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Steps away. He'll run it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. 3rd and goal, Jackson.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At their own 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there. Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch it slap, watch it slap.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and an alley to run. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more? Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you? I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play. Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going. Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short, only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They go to Elliott again. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 49 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
49, check 49, check 49. Check. Here we go, 46. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 10th carry now for Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the... And he coughed it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Jackson now. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out right at the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take it. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Prescott to throw on 4th. Complete to Jason Witten. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And Xavier Woods with a pick, and he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. On 1st down, it's Elliott. It's Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Well, Prescott here to throw. That's complete to Cobb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Prescott yet again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Here we go, 46, 46. Kill.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one will end in a victory.